The Vice President serves as a principal advisor to the President, as well as acting as the President of the Senate, where they cast tie-breaking votes. They also take up the role of President if the sitting President becomes unable to carry out the duties required of them. As Vice President, Kamala Harris has worked to cap the price of insulin, as well as cut prescription prices. She has also cast the most tie-breaking votes in the Senate of any vice president. She's worked to address the issue of illegal immigration by asking U.S. companies to invest in creating economic opportunities in El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. With this in mind, here's how a few young voters have viewed Harris's success during her term.
Kamala Harris has been one of the most in the forefront vice presidents, at least of my time, being politically active.
Like when it comes to Kamala Harris, she kind of brings that extra layer of progression and relatability, like when it comes to us as Black women that go to HBCUs. So it's that level of comfort, but also, like I said, I don't know much about the campaign as much as I want to, so I don't want to speak on that either, but definitely don't want the other guy in office.
I personally do not think she has been a great vice president, very simply. You immediately tell whether someone is politically savvy, whether they are authentic, they have that natural charisma. She seems to lack that. She seems to lack the authenticity.
Well, from the moment that we found out Kamala Harris was going to be running for president, I think there's been this huge wave of new energy. Literally the moment that it was announced, I started getting phone calls from friends that were like, what can we do? When can we start to get involved?
Well, I know that she's been very active in marches and stuff for like LGBT rights.
Kamala did go to a HBCU, so him and her working together is just really putting an impact on it, because just recently they also invited a bunch of HBCU student leaders to the president's house, so that was great.
And student loans is really huge for a lot of my friends and a lot of the people that I know, and making sure that we're actually addressing that issue is super important. I think we've seen this administration actually care and show them trying to solve this issue and to alleviate a lot of people's stress that is caused by student loans.
I think the most important thing she's been put in charge of during her vice presidency is the border. The president referred to her as the border czar, quote unquote, and that is catastrophic. It's in a state of crisis.
We've already seen an increase gradually of younger people getting involved in politics, and so to see that get reinvigorated and more people to be excited, I think it's going to be a huge turnout from the youth in November.